Hey, what's up? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. And today I have for you a little trick that you could use, a little scale device that'll add some interesting colors and sounds into your scales. You could do me a huge favor, and please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when we have new lessons posted. Please leave a comment below. You know, let us know how you like this lesson and what lessons you'd like to see coming up. And if you like the video, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. We're going to be using a jam track for application purposes, and it's just a simple 2-chord track, just an E minor chord to a B minor chord. And if you want this jam track, I want you to have it because this will give you application to practice. I'll tell you a little bit later how you can get this track and 5 more for free. This will work with just about any scale. The application is so broad, you know, no matter what scale you're playing, you could use this and kind of weave it into your solo. So let's take this E natural minor scale off of the 7th fret root on the A string. That scale looks like this. We're going to play an open string before we play the notes on each string all the way down the scale. So, for instance, on this A string, the notes are E, F sharp, and G. So we're going to throw in the A string open first. Okay, but what we're going to do to make it sound a little interesting is we're going to do a hammer-on from each of the notes. So one pick. So if you were to do just the first 3 notes of the scale, you'd pick the 7th note, hammer 9, hammer 10. But now throw in the open string. Open A. And you want to get all 4 notes clean. And then you bring up the speed. When you're playing your leads and your improvisation, you're not going to just play the scale all the way up or down. That's not music, right? That's just playing the scale. You have to take the notes and work them and do interesting things with them, with your bending and your vibrato, adding open notes like we're doing, taking the notes and putting them out of order, and, you know, making music basically. So what this does is by adding that open string, it gives the ear that jolt of not hearing from one note, one interval right to the next one. And it doesn't sound as much like a scale as it does this cool sounding thing. I mentioned before, like, you could use this with pretty much any scale. I meant to say 90% of the time, because maybe some of those open notes will not be in a certain scale, like if you're playing in like B flat or in E flat or something. But because if you do it fast, those notes often are just kind of sound in passing. So you'll hear a little dissonance, which would be cool. So it'll sound a little bit more in passing, like, oh, he's doing something cool, but my ear can't pick off the dissonance. So you want to use it at your discretion. It'll work most of the time. But start moving that now down the string. So if we do it on the next string, which is the D string, you're playing at the 7th fret, 9th, and 10th again, but throw in the open D with hammers. So if you put the first 2 strings together slow, then on the G string you have just 2 notes, open G, 7 and 9. Right? And then on the B string you have 7, 8, and 10. Throw in the open B first. And on same thing on the high E, open high E, 7, 8, and 10. Right? So the whole scale with the open string first on each string slow will sound like this. Right? Not the most interesting thing slow like that, but once you speed it up, right? It sounds really interesting. Okay? Now, you could do that no matter what position. Jam tracks are just an invaluable tool. You really want to apply what you're learning in a musical situation. The track I'm using in this lesson, I'll tell you what, I'll send you that track and 5 more. I also will send you 2 ebooks. In one of the ebooks, I take each track and I break it down one at a time, and I go over all the chords in the track. I go over soloing strategies to consider for each track, what scales work, why they work. And in the other ebook, I diagram out all the scales so you see them on paper. It's an awesome practice tool. I'll send it to you for free. 6 jam tracks, 2 ebooks, just click on that link below. We move up to the 12th position, low E string root. Again, E natural minor scale. This one. Just giving you examples here. You could do it with that scale. Let's put an open string in front of each one of those 6 strings as we go down. Slow like this. Right, and you speed that up. So you can see the broad application of this with most scales in whatever key. It's going to be pretty cool. Now the thing is though, I might not do it from the top all the way to the bottom, but pick out a fragment of the scale, maybe do it on 3 of the strings or 4 of them, coinciding, the ones, adjacent to one another, and then attach it to a lick. And now you're talking, because you're kind of taking it and you're making it more musical. So let's say we do that on this open G string. We just take that part of it. Okay, so what did I do there? I did the device going down, but then when I got to the high E string, I started just doing some straight pull-off legatos. And I slid back a whole step to my E, which is the root note on the B string here at the 5th fret. And now, okay, what did I do that time? Same thing where I came down, then I started pulling off, then I started throwing in some bends. In this instance, I did a half step bend, so I'm bending the B string, 7th fret, 8th, bend it up to the 8th fret. Right, I'm taking that F sharp note and bending it to the G, and then ending it on my root note, E, on that G string. Okay, now I'm just kind of throwing them in. That time I did open B string, open high E string before I did anything else, and I came down with a little lick and ended it on, again, on my root note. Now we're starting to move it around the neck a little bit, and you'll find out all these possibilities will start, jumping out at you. So have fun with that and experiment. Remember, practice and apply over jam tracks. Make music and put everything into a musical context, right? And remember, it's all about the sounds. And don't forget, please subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when we have new lessons up. And also make sure you get the jam track I used in this lesson. Click on that link in the YouTube description box. I'll send you my jam track coach for free. 6 killer jam tracks, 2 ebooks, which I go over all the tracks one at a time, let you know what the chords are, scales, diagrams. It's a great practice tool. I'll send it to you for free. Just click on that link below. And if you'd like to hear a lot of these concepts, but within a song, right? I recently dropped a new record with my original band, Mind Cell. We're based out of San Diego. I think it's a slamming record. Some of the best music that I've ever written. I'm really stoked about it. I'd love for you to hear it. It's streaming on all the platforms, and I'll put links to all of that in the YouTube description box. So be sure to check that out. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you like the songs, or if you have any questions on how I'm building the solos or the rhythms, or maybe on the studio production or the gear I use. Drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for your support over the years and years. So appreciated. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Swing for the fences, right? Set some goals. Go out there and achieve them. Enjoy this wonderful guitar. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. So enjoy the journey. Take care, rock on, and I will see you in the next lesson.